Hello, everyone. We decided to do our project on the consumer behavior during a pandemic. Our research plan and hypothesis. We decided to study consumer behavior during a pandemic due to the recent events going on in our world today. Our question was, when people panic buy essential items, how much do people typically buy? We had essential items meaning toilet paper and non-perishable foods. Our hypothesis was we believe that in a crisis like the pandemic that we are currently experiencing, people will stock up on up to 2 months worth of essential items. We also believe that the world will experience similar trends in airline travel as it did in other crises. For our research, since we could not actually observe consumers out in public due to COVID 19, our main source of primary research for this project was done through obtaining statistics from other studies that have already been conducted. The studies we used were focused on situations similar to COVID 19. We also decided to compare the country's current situation with past crises that we have experienced. Our first study was done by consumer psychologist Michal Herzenstein. She showed that the stress of the unknown changes the consumer behavior drastically. During a pandemic, people stress about the risks of going out in public and catching the virus. They are seeing the same trends that happened after 9/11 and the recession of 2008. A lot of people are staying in home, doing in home entertainment, spending on non essential products went down, and online orders and delivery has gone up. The data that we gathered by Criteo is a research-based website that largely helped us conduct this study. They track 2 billion active monthly shoppers spending around 900 billion annually and were able to compare the current consumption trends with past data. These percentages show the change in consumption from March 19 to the first 4 weeks of January. Here's what they found happening for the current non-perishable food markets. Rice has gone up 432%, flour has gone up 423%, canned and jarred vegetables up 337%, and canned and prepared beans have gone up 433%. The analysis of non-perishable food market. Our initial hypothesis was that on average people will stock up on 2 months worth of non-perishable foods in a crisis situation, and the data we gathered from Criteo definitely goes along with that. Out of our four categories of non-perishable foods that we selected, they went up to 400% on average, meaning that people stocked up about 4 times as much as they usually do. This puts our 2 month hypothesis in a reasonable range of being accurate. Another article we looked at was the impact of 9/11 on business. The author states that the August prior to 9/11 set a record for U.S. air travel. 65.4 million passengers traveled in the month of August. After 9/11, air travel drastically declined. It wasn't until July 2005 until air travel returned to pre 9/11 numbers. Many airlines went bankrupt, and the airlines that survived were forced to have stronger screenings. During COVID 19, flights were down 48% when compared to the same week last year. Although a far different situation, it has similar effect on businesses. Even when this pandemic appears to be over, the peak and on the decline, air travel will take around 4 years to reach pre-coronavirus numbers. In conclusion, our hypothesis of people buying up to 2 months of non perishable foods and airline travel going down was accurate. During these times, people stress about the unknown of how long this will go on. Some people are panic buying and some are being prepared. After all this is over, it will be interesting to see who was right. Thank you for watching, and I hope all of you stay safe.